In the ongoing fight for equality, there's no arena left untouched, and education is no exception. The struggle for LGBTQ rights within educational institutions is a battleground where inclusion and acceptance are pitted against long-standing prejudices. A key point of contention often revolves around the issue of discrimination against same-sex relationships. These discriminatory practices can manifest in various ways, from restrictive school policies to everyday instances of bias. Yet this struggle is far from over, as evidenced by a recent lawsuit involving LGBTQ students at Brigham Young University. This story begins with a group of courageous LGBTQ students at BYU who took a stand against what they saw as discrimination. Their journey started with allegations of discrimination for same-sex relationships, a battle fought in the realm of education, where acceptance should be the norm. Then BYU made a move. The university removed a ban on what they termed homosexual behavior, a change that was met with tentative hope. However, the prohibition of same-sex partnerships remained in place, a stark reminder of the limitations still faced by the students. Undeterred, these students took their fight to a higher level, filing a lawsuit against the institution. Their plea for justice and equality was heard, but not in the way they had hoped. The U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights became involved, weighing the scales of justice and the rights of religion. In a twist of events, the lawsuit was dismissed, citing the university's religious tenets as a valid reason. The battle was over, but the war for equality continues. The dismissal of this lawsuit brings forth a myriad of questions and implications. At the heart of the matter is the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights decision to dismiss the lawsuit based on the university's religious exemption from Title IX. This decision underscores a significant tension, one that pits religious freedoms against the rights of LGBTQ students. The OCR's warning to BYU against retaliation is noteworthy. It serves as a stark reminder that while the lawsuit was dismissed, the concerns raised by the students are far from being sidelined. It's a call for educational institutions to tread carefully in their treatment of every student, regardless of their sexual orientation. Equally compelling is the sentiment of deception expressed by the students. On one hand, the removal of the ban on homosexual behavior seemed to suggest progress. On the other, the continued prohibition on same-sex partnerships feels like a step back, causing students to feel duped and at risk of discipline for public displays of affection. This dichotomy illustrates a complex landscape where apparent strides forward are often met with enduring barriers. Lastly, we must contemplate the far-reaching implications of this dismissal. It has the potential to set a precedent for future cases, potentially influencing how the rights of LGBTQ students are perceived and protected in educational institutions across the country. It's a potent reminder that the journey towards equality is far from over, with many battles yet to be fought and won. As the dust settles on this lawsuit dismissal, one thing remains clear. The fight for LGBTQ rights in educational institutions still has a long way to go.